Where do we give the chips? What side are we pushing them? Do you feel like it's clear cut, like there's a bit more of an advantage for either side, or do we think this draft is pretty even for game one?
God, so easy. Just first cast of the day. You know, I just want to sit on the fence, be like, oh, you know, they're both good drafts. New patch, 2 teams that play. I'm feeling EG. You know, that's where I'm going. So I'm not alone in this though. You got to put your chips somewhere as well, Aries.
I was gonna say EG too. I like the all-round lineup they have. For me, I see Mag, Bloodseeker, and I think easy to execute. You just rupture, skewer back, fun game, but there really could get to a stage where Liquid, as we potentially see if they can find first blood, looks like Niche is maybe baiting because he's got the boys ready in the wings. The Cars will take a decent chunk of damage, but still the turnaround's going to be there as Matthew steps into the river and finds first blood. But Liquid still have some damage to be able to pump out, but maybe they've stepped too far as now Mickey's going to be the target. An uphill miss, won't get the kill. Matthew Yoink secures the double, but still Liquid, they're hanging around. Zai's pretty low. Boxy's got some spells to continue to use as well. And what the hell did we just witness? 5 heroes going down to start the game before the horn, and does Insania live?
Yeah. Let's say, is this one more? He's like, I'll take this bounty rune. That's worth my life. It looks like Liquid's going to get most of these bounty runes. I think I see 3. Is that 4 bounty runes somehow in the end for Liquid? Okay.
What? Oh, Insania? I don't think he mind dying, to be honest. You don't want to tango up all the health, and I don't think he's going to Fairy Fire as well. So he'll buy out for the boots and come back with a full set of resources.
That was the same thing with Matthew. Matthew didn't have to die there, but he's just like, I got 20 health here. I need a fountain trip anyways. I'm just gonna come out of invis and get one last kill and throw in my life. So, you know, both sides. Just once you get low, it's often better just to kind of feed away your life, do as much damage as possible. Zai had the same philosophy with his Visage. Like, okay, I've done everything I can. Throw in like 4 soul assumptions. Great, you know, good enough result for us. But the funny thing is, yeah, all that level 1 fighting didn't like hugely favor either side per se. But Liquid come out on top just with all the bounty rune gold they got.
Which is crazy. I mean, you're kind of pretty happy that I guess Matthew got the first blood and the second kill afterwards. So looks like with his gold, he went for Wand, Orb of Venom, and saw some extra resources as well for the lane. But this is something you were saying to start before we got underway. Like both EG and Liquid, they will run at you. So when we already have 6 kills to start the game, I feel like we are in store for many more, as because probably going to get chased down with the use of the Blood Grenade. Plenty of 1 charges to work with, but the Soul Assumption and the last right click. Who would have thought to start the game, Techies would have 62 right click damage, but that's enough to be able to get the kill onto Pakaz.
Back in my day, the Techies, the 1v1 mid, the 1v0 mid last hit challenge. You'd go Techies with no items and try and get last hits, but...
Oh, my friend, it is not like that. Yeah, Matthew.
Yeah, you had like 36 base damage or something there.
Yoink. Easy bash the last second for Insania, so... Alright, keep this up. Keep this up. Let's just screw it. Why not? Because we have 8 kills. We predicted who we thought's going to win, and because we have 8 kills, we'll do it as well. Let's just chuck out a random number. How many kills do we reckon we're going to have at the end of this game? Because it's shaping up like it might be a lot.
I'm thinking like 62.
Oh, I was going to say 63. So I'll go like 68. So I can't go too close. I'll go a little bit higher. Go 68 and see.
I like we're on the same page, you know. We had EG and now we have the similar kills. Zion's in trouble. Yeah.
That he is. Boxy gets a pretty nice triple stun. They'll turn to get the kill into Panda, recognizing Zai should 100% go down, and Boxy's going to deny himself as well. So, nice rotation out of Matthew. They'll continue to slow down the game of Zai and continue to add some kills to the tally.
It's just a mess of an early game in like a fantastic way. I think the bounty recognized this top lane was going poorly, because that's been the big change that EG made, is they brought 3 heroes top. This was like, okay, this top lane started poorly. I think Zai getting those early kills, even though he threw away his life in that like level 1 battle, just gave him this early kind of XP and gold that made him a lot harder to do. So EG's trying to stabilize things with the tri-lanes here.
Yeah, and it looks like your mid lane for season. Oh, actually, because is gonna go down. So just playing a little bit too over aggressive. It might get a return kill though onto Techies with Panda and and the help of Matthew. They got to finish Boxy off, though. It's proving to be a bit more of an issue than they were expecting. Desam gets him over towards the river. Meanwhile, another round of the Soul Assumption doesn't secure the kill as Matthew was able to go into the cover of the Invis. So Boxy will go down for another time this game.
Got the sentry, so Zai sees this coming.
This is what we were asking for, though, right? There's just constant pressure against the Visage. Definitely one of his biggest weaknesses is his laning phase.
Yeah. And usually this comes at the cost of you're sacrificing your offlaner, which is well, Whisper, speaking of which. Yeah, they do go on him a bit here, but he's actually been able to hold his own with the Ring of Health early on.
Top lane. Yeah. That's where the kills are going right now. Visage is getting dived onto the tower because is he able to get the kill? He might still go down. The aggro is going to get swapped away. Because will live on a slither of health.
Trying to just get some of that health back so we can stay in this lane, but as soon as Visage and Techies are back, they just double nuke you, so being in this lane on half health is a death sentence for Because if he's not careful.
Dude, I just want to look at another lane. I want to speak about something else. They just keep running at each other. What is going on?
I tried to talk about bottom and it's just like, no. God's like, just chill. We're doing stuff still.
We ain't done. We ain't done with you just yet. So, looks like Matthew did TP in to be able to refill C-Smile's bottle. And we will not be able to continue to speak about that because well known to be active very early on, is going to leave the lane to go to the secret shop to be able to chase down Boxy. And he'll still be able to secure the kill after the stick in the end. And now Zai's going to play very cautiously.
Yeah. Zai gonna, once that lane pushes out and there's 3 heroes up here, gotta be very careful, and slowing down that Visage level 6 can be really important for just how the game plays out. So if they can keep Matthew active, this could be really good for limiting what Zai can do. The other nice thing with all this pressure up top is there's been no real opportunity for any kind of stacks to be made for this Luna.
Yeah, and she's also solo versus the mag, so I mean, she's still having a pretty good time at the moment. Of course, 500 net worth lead over Whisper, but who's gone for a 2-0-1 build. Whisper actually hasn't leveled up the Empower just yet, so I wonder when he's going to decide to. Has that Vanguard now completed, though, so his lane gets much easier, and looks like he might even think about starting to drag the wave.
Yeah, I think this bottom lane is just going to be a bit unlaneable for him. You know, Luna, just anytime a Spirit Breaker charge comes in, even with one Lucent Beam, there's enough damage and poke. Even the mini stun can kind of bring you down. So I think, honestly, Whisper's done a great job of just getting something out of this lane, despite being basically left in at 3.
Nice read from Nisha. I don't think they're going to go under the tier 2 tower.
Oh, they will.
I don't think so. But C-Smile has another thought.
He's like, I got 6 before you. That's actually, he's a full ahead of the Void Spirit. Level 6.5 to the Void Spirit, 5.5. So, I mean, that's an expected result that the Death Prophet has an edge in this mid lane. But that's kind of the big takeaway. Ooh, yep.
Yeah, Because in some danger. Can they get a bash out of Insania? Not going to be there. Because should be able to live.
Yep. Mid tier 1 tower won't go fully down to the Exorcism. It looks like it is wearing off soon, but that was an Arcane Rune Exorcism, so we'll be back up fairly shortly. And with the Siege Wagon still alive, there's still some good poke coming in here. May actually be enough. They may get this tier 1 without the Exorcism.
C-Smile is playing so goddamn well. Just how aggressive he is inside this lane. I definitely say he's one of the best Death Prophets out there in the world, and he's utilizing this favorable matchup definitely to his advantage.
Like, not getting the kill, but getting the tower, like, almost a better result there. And just keeping Nisha away, like, limiting his ability to get power runes, to make the rotations to the side lanes. You know, I've mentioned one of Liquid's maybe weak points is that they don't have that big playmaker outside of Nisha. So if Nisha's having a tough time, Liquid's going to be forced to play very passive.
You're seeing inside the river, and Sanya's going to try and TPR. He will be able to make it. Meanwhile, Zai's in a bit of a tricky situation top lane. Whisper's even going to try and TP in. He's got that force repositioning. Rupture will expire, though, so it's not a whole lot of damage on Zai, but Zai's got no brothers here. So the 4 heroes from Evil Geniuses, they will be able to kill him off. That's his 4th death of the game, and somehow he's still 2nd in net worth.
He's just throwing his boss the lane, just like, okay, I'm gonna keep getting farm. I die, I'll come back and you know, keep having a go at it. But yeah, getting the early tower and having these familiars farm with is, you know, proven to be enough here. Not to mention he's gotten a few kills out of this lane, so pretty even early game here. But Liquid have gotten away with a completely free farming Luna, and this is before the Mask of Madness farm starts to accelerate what the Luna's doing. So things will only continue to go well for me.
This is a very big kill for Nisha to get. You've just spoken about how rough of a lane that he's had, so any little bit of gold and experience that can be given over to the Void Spirit is going to be vital to his scaling. Still a fight will continue to break out. Nisha's poking down C-Smart, but now they get a glimpse of Matthew. They'll instantly change their target once again, finding another support kill.
He came out of Invis and I think quickly regretted his decision there. They were waiting, so Liquid holding their own. You know, mentioned the EG style, this all-in kind of aggression, run at you, try and punish opponents' teams for going maybe a bit too and farm heavy, which is what, you know, Mickey is doing down bottom of the Luna, but all this aggression's happening elsewhere on the map, so if anything, it's working in Liquid's favor, because as long as this fighting is not happening down in Mickey's lane, we're happy trading kills elsewhere on the map.
Eventually, some of the supports are going to need to get some experience, though, because they are both very, very low. See, Matthew only level 4, and Senior only level 4 as well, so it does look like Spirit Breaker is going to try and get some me time. So experience very vital at the moment.
Yeah, with Luna having Mask of Madness and maxed out Glaives and Luna Blessing, she can just kind of full-time jungle it up. Getting a level 6 Spirit Breaker would be very nice for Liquid here.
The vision game currently for EG is proving to be quite annoying, though. They've got some great wards set up. Still, this ward around the triangle is still lasting its whole duration. They just placed a fresh one as well around the bottom outpost, and it looks like now with this transition down, they're wanting to try and slow down the farm and even just boot Insania out. Make sure that this Spirit Breaker will get nothing for free.
Yeah. Matthew, he's always hunting for kills. He's always happy to throw away his life for these kills even, but with Exorcism coming out now, they're going to just force the issue on this bottom tier 1 tower.
Does look like it's potentially going to be a trade. Panda and Whisper are going to deep in mid. Whisper even just the mental warfare. Just a pump fake of the RP. Letting him know, like, you step a bit too far. Maybe one time I got the boys behind me. Be cautious.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, exactly. It's like the boy who cried wolf with these pump fakes. Eventually, it's going to be the real one.
Let's see if the status quo keeps continuing like this with all the fast-paced action. They might be able to get boxy. Because they have great vision set up on the higher ground. And Satan's going to run into all 4, and yeah, he'll think otherwise about taking that fight. Liquid are starting to bring everyone down. Even Mickey is considering about getting involved for the first time this game. So EG, they're going to be pretty cautious with the Exo on cooldown. Will be a difficult fight for them to take. It's going to be off the back of a pretty big RP from Whisper.
Power Rune coming up. It's Bond's top, even though they're fighting over at bottom. Yeah.
Oh, it lands in the Mystic Flare as well. That's perfect, Whisper. Beautifully done. Gets the kill onto Nisha. Now with that, they can look to invade even further.
Yeah, just wasn't ready for that Ancient Seal, and that allowed the Magnus just to walk in. So a great kill on the Void Spirit, who just got a bit greedy there, trying to fight over. I think recognizing that, you know, getting these Power Runes can really create openings for Liquid to maybe go for a smoke play or something, but you can't make that play by yourself. And EG getting these kills while Exorcism is down and getting to make these moves is a really good sign for them, but or Matthew.
Okay. So you see instantly after that death, Nisha, he completed the Oblivion stuff, but queued up the Manta straight away. So I do wonder if he's going to finish the Echo or not, or just leave it at that and go straight for the Dispel.
Yeah, Oblivion stuff is decent enough stats, but definitely could see it going either way. The Dispel is just so valuable. Great skewer in and mid. Should be going down here.
Obviously just a little bit too late. He might have fed himself, but a pretty good read just to TP out with the stuns being lacking on EG.
As I goes down, but he gets his familiars out of there, so it doesn't feed away that little bit of extra gold. And I've talked a lot about how this Luna's been free farming on top of the net. Bloodseeker's actually caught up with the Maelstrom and just jungle farm. Bloodseeker has climbed his way up, only a couple hundred gold away now from the Luna.
And he might also get a kill as well, as Rupture used on Tanisha. There's the skewer combo. And an easy kill. Hemorrhaging the life of Nisha, so they may now even look for the T1 tower. Exo's back up, and whoever that is, they're always ready to go for an objective in a team fight.
Yeah. I think that's going to be one of the things for Liquid this game is just like, what's your answer to the Rupture? You know, here's like Visage and the traditionally don't mind getting Ruptured because they just kind of stand their ground, be tanky, have your bursts, protect yourself. But with the Skewer there, standing your ground isn't exactly going to be an option. If you just do that, you're going to get skewered in, then you're out of position, you're taking Rupture damage. Luna's another hero that doesn't do well against Rupture. Luna does not like to stand her ground. Usually you're trying to outrange people, so it really feels like the Bloodseeker pick this game is going to be a big problem for Liquid.
And Bakazi is just balling out. Top net worth, BKB. We spoke about just giving him Empower as well, which is going to further buff up his farming speed. Do you see Liquid going to try and make a play happen? Exo's still available for C Smile. Like, really? Whisper onto 3. What a beautiful RP, but Liquid, they can still stand strong. Mickey's going to try and enter the fight off the back of the Eclipse with a magical damage. C Smile gets ripped apart, but maybe the cards can be the turnaround. Rupture's there, eyes on Whisper, Skewer's still on cooldown. He's trying to find the opening here for the Magnus. Still the Rupture's going to be on Mickey for a little bit of time. It will now wear off, so Whisper will jump late, but still gets the skill back under the tower. Familiar stumble by some time, and it's going to enable Nisha to get the dissimulate. He goes in aggressively. Nisha looking for the finishing blow, but now Bakaz inside the river. Can he get the chase down kill onto Zai? He's going to do his best to be able to do so. A double kill now secured it because he's not done just yet. So there's a little bit of bonus thirst speed. Insania just gets out of the blood right range with EG. What a way to start once again. The initiation from Whisper.
Yeah. The reason we highlight this guy coming in this match, the initiation was absolutely perfect. And then there was a second initiation later on the fight where it looked like Liquid had actually like weathered the storm of EG threw all these spells at us. We survived it all. We actually got a kill or two. But then there was suddenly, he went in on like 20% health there, skewered 2 into the tower for it. So, and allowed EG to pick up all these much needed kills. We'll see it again here, but yeah, what fantastic initiations coming in from the Magnus.
We might need to go back live. There's a fight breaking out. We'll see Smile is going to end up going down by the looks of it. Whisper jumps the Spirit Breaker over to the right side. Insania gets a pretty nice charge by onto 2. Liquid are just going to avoid protecting their position 5 and go for another kill instead. Can they get the TP cancel though? Boxy will escape. Bakaz is ready once again. Rupture with a skewer combo. It's ready to go in a couple of seconds. They've got the Clifford as well. How are they going to be able to protect Nisha with the RP? Nice sidestep. It's on to nothing, but it shouldn't matter in the end. Familiar stun. Zai the micro. That's a long silence, so Panda already has the Ancient Seal max out. No points in the Arcane Bolt. Gives them all the control they would ever need to be able to kill Nisha.
Yeah. You can see how comfortable EG are just playing around Bloodseeker as a contest here. It does, like, as soon as Bloodseeker hits his item timings, they are just running at Team Liquid, taking any fight. They don't care about the Exorcism cooldown, the RP cooldown. They did manage to get RP back up for the fight, but for them, it's just all about forcing around their item timings, regardless of spell cooldowns. You know, here, Death Prophet just with like a Halberd and Spirit Siphons can still be useful even without Exorcism. But now with Exorcism back up, you're going to be looking for objectives.
Well, Liquid, they're the ones to try and take the fight before they can get set up on EG. Matthew will go down, but of course, Whisper ready to go. They've got a pretty good cliff ward on Liquid, so they will scout up the Magnus. They want to start on him, though. It's not going to be easy. Maybe relying on the charge into the blast off. They scout out C Smile, and instantly the Eclipse going to be laid down, but the haste rune, they weren't aware of it. C Smile is able to reposition, and Insania's still going to try and get in. They will be okay for the moment. Pomp faking on the wings. Bakaz finds an opening on the backstab. He's got the BKB to work with. Straight to Mika. They go for the turnaround. He wasn't ready for all the physical damage. He'll still get the trade kill. It's going to be Zai against the world. That's where a lot of the damage is coming out from Liquid. With him going down, it's an all-out retreat. The Delta split. Techies to the south. Looks like Insania to the west.
Yeah, it looked like, you know, a fight that was going to be near unwinnable for EG. Fighting into that clifford there, they did manage to eventually de-ward it, but great job by Liquid initially, just playing around their vision, using the high ground with the Techies' minds and just the initiation advantage, but all of a sudden they could be in some trouble. Shuriken?
Oh, they got him.
Got him.
Yeah, beautifully done. Matthew, right position at the right time. Nisha's gonna try and go through the rift, and he cancels. Whisper just there at the buzzer, stops him short. We got 36 kills already. Oh my god.
It's not slowing down. It is not slowing down at all. And like, it's like, you know, neither team's like pulling super far ahead. Obviously, EG's getting a bit more out of this last few minutes. And anytime there's constant kills, you know, you're going to generally favor the team with the bounty hunter. But I think Liquid's still in a very solid position here. They're, you know, approaching that item timing with BKB Luna. This is just going to have all those team aura items with the, you know, the Solar Crest, with the Vlads, just to buff up this Luna as much as possible. So still plenty of opportunities for Liquid to take fights and not let EG snowball too out of control here.
Well, what is the perfect look at a fight for Liquid coming up pretty shortly with some of their items? How are they going to be able to take it where they can potentially come out on top?
I think biggest thing is kind of similar to how they tried to approach that last fight, is like finding around some of this like high ground vision and stuff. You can see where the Magnus is coming in from and not letting him get off these like basically make sure that nobody gets like skewed out of position, particularly your Luna. I think if Void Spirit's in the front line getting kind of gone on, that's ideal, because, you know, ideally you save him. Like Void Spirit gets gone on by whether it's Magnus or Skywrath or something. With a Manta style, he can survive a lot of things.
Coming through the rift.
Oh,
do you want to do this into all the mines? Into Liquid already set up? Where'd C-Smile go? Ooh, that's a lot of damage.
Okay. Now the Techies factor, you know, you go through the rifts around the Roshan, and Techies is always gonna be setting up those mines there.
Can they fight? I think they saw them TP into smoke. And Senya's in a pretty good position to pop it. Matthew's gonna try and give them some information. It'll help Whisper find the angle for the skewer. RP's just onto Nisha. They'll get the Rupture combo. Nisha instantly blown up, but it's gonna give Nikkei a relatively free fight. He does have the cars running him down, but it's a BKB used defensively. EG doing their best to retreat. If they can buy some time, see Smiles up in a couple of seconds, but Liquid, they don't want to give them that opportunity. As Matthew will be chased down around the Lotus Pool. Panda's going to be next as well. The C-Smile, he actually doesn't have a TP, so he's not going to be here just yet to join the boys. So Liquid, they'll still be able to pursue for more. As Panda, we should go down around the bridge. Finally, this Death Prophet's going to look to get involved. Whisper just gets the skew onto one. That's not going to be good enough for them to turn the fight. And now with the Exo committed, Liquid, they'll have to give this area up.
Well, they saw Zai, though. He's in the trees trying to TP. Nothing there to cancel it, though. Like you say, if they're giving this up, this could be Roshan. The Exorcism lasting for another 15, 20 seconds or so. But here come Liquid. They want to fight this one.
See if they can. 4v4 at the moment. Whisper's going to be able to find the first start onto Insania. It's a bit of a freebie. He does have a buyback if he wants to use it, though, for this Roche.
Yeah, I don't think there's any chance EG can force this now. With Exorcism wearing off, there's a Familiar right above the Roche to make life tricky. We're going to be coming back in, and with these ultis down.
Oh, nice jump, Whisper.
Okay.
It's going to get the connection to Zai. Zai's pretty beefy, though. They won't have the damage, but the jump in. Bakaz is in some danger.
BKB, 1 second.
Going to protect you for the moment. Bakaz finds the BKB. Now can look to turn as well into Nisha. Is the damage going to be enough? He needs a life still, and Bakaz will find it. Evil Geniuses somehow are able to come out on top without the exorcism, and it looks like they'll have 0 casualties as well. A 5-man wipe, and now they can reap the rewards. Roche is all for them.
No ults and no Fs given. EG's just like, we're gonna run at you. We don't care. And it's kind of this surprise factor where they jump Liquid like, yeah, Spirit Break has a buyback there, but the fight's initially a 5v4. And luckily, Pakaz's BKB came up just in time and had all that. Like, he kept life stealing right as he was about to die. He life stealed big, got low, life stealing through it all. So just a neck and neck fight there. But getting this initial jump, and Liquid just didn't quite have the tools to respond with here. We see it again. Just single time they thought they could kill Pakaz, he just got low, but not quite low enough.
We're seeing what the Rupture's doing as well to Nisha. His team fights is looking so grim. 8 deaths for him, just giving free kills over to Pakaz, and then once you get that first kill, you can very often lead it into another. 11, 4, and 10. is the carry on EG, and now his net worth is just continuing to skyrocket. He's been able to build a 4K lead over Mickey, who we've sung the praises of this game. Mickey's been doing a great job to be able to find his farm across the map, but it might just be too large of a deficit now.
Yeah, and I think, like, rewatching that fight, the big thing is, like, he's got all this farm, but, like, Bloodseeker's able to just go in and out, and the way they, like, kite around the Luna is so good there. They haven't even had to rupture the Luna, but it feels like Mickey can't actually go in and deal damage. Like, you compare what Mickey's doing with all his farm to impact the fights, and he's just not able to do a whole lot because Void Spirit's getting ruptured, and he has nobody to really frontline for him. And that's something that I think Luna generally wants to have happen. Like, somebody needs to either, like, lock people in place or frontline, and Spirit Breaker can't really do that as a support. So a fight like that, this Luna's just kind of sitting back like, okay, like, I can't really hit anyone.
We see Boxy go down around the secret shop. Maybe Zai can frontline a little bit easier now. He's got the Gravekeeper's Cloak, so it can turn to stone, which can maybe help him tank up some of the spells. I mean, we've seen Zai, that's really been a lot of his role as well this game. And we've got to keep in mind, even with those 4 deaths he had in the lane, he was top net worth. So he's really taken a large hit. Nisha's continuing to have some difficulty with scaling, and it's going to be some incredible team fight execution for Liquid to somehow find a way back in when they have a 14k deficit. Like, you're not going to be able to compete into this EG scaling.
Yeah. And it just feels like almost inevitable that eventually somebody's going to get caught by the Whisper Magnus. Like, this Blink Skewer, he's now going to force staff to go with it as well. You know, you can try and stall things out and, you know, wait to find that perfect team fight, but if you play too greedy and just give up the map to EG, yeah, eventually you're going to lose out. So I don't think Liquid can just expect to just try and drag this game out and go super late game. Luna's not a hero that can kind of solo carry this game if it goes long enough. You're trying to hit like a 25-minute timing on Luna, and it's 25 minutes now. So in some ways it's go time. Obviously you need to, you know, stall out this Aegis, so you're not going to fight into Aegis, but Liquid need to find a way to make work once this Aegis expires.
And Zai going down is not that way. Very nicely done from Matthew. He's able to drop the ward on the cliff, scouts out the Visage farming, sees that no one else is nearby. So a free kill for them. You were just speaking about maybe the timing for the Luna. It's just got to be this Butterfly. If you can get one fight with Butterfly before any way to go through the evasion, they might not even get to that stage, but if you can, that's really the next ultimate timing I'm seeing for Liquid.
Yeah, because they can kind of stall this game out, play the high ground defense, just have Luna Manta illusions, cutting waves, and, you know, trying to drag this game 35, 40 minutes. But, like, already we're seeing 16k gold lead. It's going to get worse, and at some point EG's going to come knocking on your door with a Death Prophet ultimate and an Aegis Bloodseeker. So definitely have the feeling that EG has everything they need and want right now. All they really need to break this game wide open is that kind of key pickoff that allows them to break high ground, and that's going to be Whisper's job on the Magnus. Anybody comes too close to try and defend, he's looking for that Blink Skewer.
And they've got the ward in the base to be able to set Whisper off. He might jump Boxy. That's a pretty nice target. It's a lot of their damage inside the fights. They get a free kill. They'll be happy with that. He hasn't gone down just yet. Insania diverts her attention over towards the Spirit Breaker, but they might get both of them, though. The Spirits were able to still catch up towards Boxy, and Insania's got no buyback too, so this is a guaranteed full set. They might even look for bottom as well. Why not? Whisper up here. What? Just evaporated off that screen. Skewer rupture combo easy like that.
Yeah, you're just not fighting into this death ball of EGs. They picked up the Death Prophet, something that C-Smile, and I think this team as a whole just plays so well around Death Prophet.
No way, Whisper. This
is so good.
We could not have done a better comparison. Whisper is the man to keep our eye out on for, and he has such a unique mag build as well that we see. Often he doesn't go for this kind of harpoon. We see he has in this game just your classic jump in, get a pick, a little bit of aura as well, and go from there. 4-1 and 24 out of the Magnus on a Whisper.
Yeah. Now everyone's complaining about these universal heroes and things. Look at this Magnus build. He's not going stats. He's just doing it the old-fashioned way, as you're pointing out, and you know, taking full advantage of what this hero can do. That kind of collapse-esque playmaking ability, and it's given EG a massive advantage here. 22k gold lead. They get 2 lanes of racks here, and if you're Liquid, you're running on fumes here. You've got maybe one good team fight left in you. If you lose another fight, lose an Aegis, it feels like this game is just completely going to slip away. That butterfly timing's just about to be coming up. So they've got pretty much everything. I guess Luna's going to hit a level 20 talent, which is not the biggest thing in the world, but yeah, they're smoking. They're going.
See how they're going to be able to direct this smoke. Matthew should be able to scout them out. So instantly they're going to be able to play accordingly. See the rest of EG starting to group up. Whisper, he's going to be able to get the jump onto the Spirit Breaker. Mickey's in though with the BKB, looking to stand strong, but they'll cut the duration, and because with the Basher, he'll be able to go toe-to-toe, turn to Zai next. I don't think there's going to be much more of this game. That was the last timing you were looking for out of the butterfly, and you got cleaned up without a hope. And there are the Gs. EG, what a crazy game one. A lot of kills like we were hoping for. In the end, they're going to take it pre-30 minutes.
Yeah, just an absolute clinic from EG. This is what they're all